Before beginning today's video, I would like to thank P838, Hey, Ultimaga for your kind donations on Buy Me a Coffee or on my YouTube stream. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I also like to welcome Sai to become part of the member of this channel. Thank you very much to all the members that are supporting this channel financially. And let us start today's video. Mariel is the first iteration of a weapon turned into a hero within the game of Garden Tales, and she's a sign of hope that some of the existing characters within the game of Garden Tales can actually turn into actual heroes we can use in the future. So Mariel is actually an alpaca that has a power of grass and earth, and she usually exists within her weapon form even though she can change in her human form. So she's a divine beast, and divine beast indicate her being a very powerful being. However, is she worthy of the title of the divine beast? Let us find out together in today's video on how worthy is divine beast Mariel potentially. And this will be the format for today's video. We'll be studying Mariel's story, stats, skills, as well as her exclusive weapon. We'll be looking at Mariel's attack and weapon animations to see the strengths and weaknesses of those aspects of the hero. Then we'll be doing some PvE and PvP analysis to see her viability within those game modes. Then I'll end off this video with some final thoughts and opinions on my end. So Mariel is the god of harvest, Kamel's divine beast, but she dislikes everyone, including Kamel himself. Although she appreciates Kamel for raising her with love and care, she prefers to hang out around Bari most of the time. She also hates human beings because she can never understand why Bari will sacrifice her own memories to satisfy the greeds of this species. She wants to protect Bari at all costs, in the event if this selfish species attempt to wish for outrageous things in order to waste Bari's memory. And Bari takes great care of Mariel, as she often tidies up her outfit whenever she can, and she loves her for whoever she is right now, even though she's a feisty divine beast. In terms of stats, Mariel is ranked 9th in terms of attack, 16th in terms of defense, 12th in terms of critic chance at 0%, and 20th in terms of HP. She has a universal party buff of critic chance up to plus 36%, and she uses a claw as a weapon. So she's a really special character in a while because we haven't seen a claw unique user for a very long time since Vishuvac. Her normal attack is known as Nature Energy Buster, where she launches spell bullets concentrated with Terra energy to inflict damage to the opponent. So this chain skill of hers is known as Terra Blast, where she shoots a ray that inflicts 400% of DPS damage to enemies along its way. But I did rather call this Terra Blast the Solar Beam, because you guys will see in the animation later, it resembles a Solar Beam where she turns into her weapon form and fires it like a Venusaur, firing it off the back of the flower. And her special ability is known as Communion, where if she's paired with Bari in a party, it increases her damage by 30% and decreases the damage taken by Bari by 30%. So to be really honest with you guys on this video, I'm not very sure whether or not this special ability will activate within the arena, but this ability will definitely work within the Colosseum in a party setting when you pair Mariel together with Bari. You'll also realize that the chain skill combination of Mariel is the opposite of Bari, so you can actually put Mariel as the lead while putting Bari as a secondary unit, or vice versa in terms of the chain skill department. Although at first glance, you guys might think that Mariel will only function as a good hero when paired with Bari, but that's not really the case, because I personally feel that her party skill is so universal, you can pair her up with any Earth heroes, and later on as we look at her weapon ability, you can see that she's actually a very powerful member in any Earth teams other than being with Bari. However, to really fully utilize her full potential, I'll strongly advise you to pair up with Bari within the different game modes such as Co-op, such as Colosseum, or any story mode that requires a team setting. So Mariel's exclusive weapon is known as Solaris, and Solaris buffs Mariel's critic chance, defense, skill damage, HP, as well as provide her with a weapon skill regen speed of up to 15% within the sub option. So this weapon is really powerful, and I believe Muriel will need her in order to perform her insane damage output as seen in the many videos of Arena as well as Colosseum and Raids. So her special ability is on crit hit, increases the movement speed of Muriel by 5% for 5 seconds and reduces earth type resistance by 5%. So this effect can overlap up to 4 times. Effectively, if you're able to crit consistently with Muriel, you're able to boost her movement speed by up to 20% as well as reduce earth type resistance by up to 20%. So given Muriel's fast attack speed, as well as her crit hit chance party buff, this ability is actually very easy to achieve, and you guys will see how powerful this will make Muriel as an offensive attacker. So her exclusive weapon skill is known as Flora Explosion, which deals a decent DPS of 225% and has a pretty average regen time of 8 seconds. So this weapon takes about 2 weapon skill to fully crowd control your enemies under most scenarios. Now let us move on to Muriel's attack animation. So if you hold on to her normal attack, Muriel will actually perform 4 damage ticks before unleashing an energy beam. So I'll demonstrate it to you guys. So you can actually do it while moving, so Muriel is really active. And if you combine it with her exclusive weapon ability, you guys can see why she's able to very mobile with increased movement speed while dealing insane damage because of her naturally high attack and crit hit chance and her earth type resistance within the arena. So Muriel's normal attack as well as her weapon skill are auto targeting, and her weapon skill simply unleashes a very big ping explosion right in the target face before moving a step back. So this ability does not pass through terrains, as you guys will see right here. And take note, both her attack and her special ability does not pass through terrain. So yes, they are able to pass through walls but not terrains. And this weapon skill usually takes 2 weapon skill to fully crowd control the target, as mentioned earlier in the weapon section. So Muriel's chain skill will turn her back into the cute weapon form before firing off a Terra beam at the opponent. So I'll demonstrate it over here. And do take note that her normal attack as well as her weapon skill are all range damage type, so you can take that into account if you decide to pair up with ranged attackers in order to boost your damage further. Now let us move on to the PvP analysis. Although Muriel as well as Bari makes a really powerful pair on paper based on Muriel's special ability, you don't really see that many Muriel and Bari on the KR Colosseum radar right now. So there's probably a few reasons. Number one is because Future Princess Shield is just such a big counter to Bari that Bari isn't really worth using as your main source of damage dealer. Another possible reason is because the hero is still relatively new on the ladder, so people are not actively giving her a chance to try out in the meta, even though she's really powerful on paper. So you can actually see a few Earth teams running around, but not as meta changing as some people actually proclaim the Earth meta dominance will be. However, this could all change in the future as more and more people build up Muriel and Bari for their respective Earth teams within the Colosseum. So there's definitely this Earth team potential, as you guys can see on the ladder right now, but maybe now's not the right time yet, and some changes in the future could actually change this fact. So I believe that the Muriel Bari combo is a very powerful pair within the Colosseum, just that they are not really widely used within the Colosseum meta right now. So I'll scroll through from the top 1 to the top 100 of the KR meta, and this is towards the end of the week, so you guys can see that there are some people giving the Earth teams a try, but not very dominant within the ladder right now. So at the point of recording this video, the KR arena is actually closed, so I do not have any ladder ranking to show you guys, but Muriel is actually a really powerful arena unit, a standalone arena unit, even though she might sound like she desperately need Bari to boost her damage output. So that's not the case because Mirio has a really high movement speed and she can actually easily kite weapon skill with her increased movement speed as well as her ability to attack while moving. So you can do some animation cancelling stuff to actually help you in terms of weapon skill dodging, such as Future Princess weapon skill, such as Garen's weapon skill. So those weapon skill are actually dodgeable with Mirio when you have enough movement speed and you're able to sidestep from the weapon skill of the character. So other than that, Mirio hits really fast, hits really hard because she has a crit hit buff, and remember her weapon ability, which allows her to buff movement speed as well as increase her damage by reducing the opponent's earth type resistance. So this makes Mirio a really hard hitting machine and has a really high movement speed, so she can handle many different situations based on your needs. And my personal take about Mirio is that she's a really fun character because she's flexible by Eugene, but her weapon skill is so much better because you crowd control your enemy within 2 hits, unlike Eugene. So you can actually crowd control and then land your chain skill pretty easily when you have enough movement speed to close on your target and use your weapon skill in their face. So that's what I really like about Mirio, and I'll follow up this statement with a few arena footages of myself using Mirio in the KR server arena, and hope you guys enjoy it. As After viewing the whole of Mariel kit, you guys should be able to tell that Mariel is a really good damage dealer within any PvE context, as she's able to do an insane amount of damage within a really short period of time with her whole kit combined together. Although Mariel seems like the most optimal within Earth teams for your raids as well as your story related mission, she's actually pretty flexible with her universal party buff as well as a decently high attack frequency, so you can also put her within your range teams in order to see her deal big damage. But definitely try to pair up with Bari in order to fully utilize her full potential from her special ability. So her weapon skill has a really big AoE and a really low cooldown, and has a really high CC percentage, which makes her an excellent leader to lead with for room clearance within the Camazon land, as well as bossing to control the bosses. So TLDR, Mariel is a high S tier unit for PvP as well as PvE in my opinion. So by no means Mariel is a bad unit, she's definitely good with all her insane mechanics, but she has a limiting factor within her kit, and that is you will need a Bari in your team in order to fully tap on her special ability. So she's not at full potential if you do not have Bari, and Bari being an older unit has actually been power crept quite a lot by the introduction of newer units, so Bari isn't really that good at the current state of the game. However, if you have a Bari and you're able to tap on Mariel's full potential, then she's definitely worthy for you to run her within your team. So that's the main reason why I'm not putting Mariel in the SS tier category, because in Colosseum, if you do not have Bari in your team, she isn't as good as compared to when you have her. And within Arena, yes, she's a good standalone unit, but I think there are other units that are worthy investing and definitely more universal as compared to Mariel. So in terms of PvE, she's very close to SS tier, but like I mentioned, right, her ability is limited by the fact that you need a Bari in order to fully tap on her potential. So I'm just putting her as a high S tier unit. However, make no mistake, right, Mariel is a crucial part of any Earth teams, even without Bari, with her Earth resistant down debuff, as well as her crit hit chance party buff in order for big damage output numbers. So how worthy is Mariel potentially? Mariel is a fresh take on how the introduction of a new hero can actually buff up the power level of an existing hero in the pool right now. She's overall a great unit to own if you have an Earth team within the Garden Tales right now, and don't be fooled by her kit, right? She does not need Bari to be a good standalone unit. She can fare really well on her own, and she's really fun within the arena, as you guys can do many things with her high mobility, with her easy to do chain skill and her insane damage output, and that's what I really love about her kit. So definitely give her a try if you want to experience her playstyle yourself. And that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below about how you feel about Mariel as a hero and whether or not you will invest in the Drip Alpaca. And thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy watching this video and you want to see more from this channel, and do take a look at the membership page if you want to support the channel in the long run. And I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!